this IDP camp. What advice do you have for the government?
Okay, you see, government, for me, is not all about advising government. After advising government listen to the advice. You see, this is not the first time we are experiencing this type of menace called flood. It started from 2012, and right from 2012 till today, yearly we've been experiencing flood. Though not on this high volume of water, but this 2022 happens to be the most worst. And looking at the reportage where we were told that it is being caused by a climate change or a dam from Cameroon, or because Nigeria refused to complete our own dam, I find it difficult to even say anything, because ordinarily this is a problem that has solution. You can't tell me that this problem doesn't have solution. So for how many years we will be suffering from this menace? So for me, I'm looking at a situation whereby advising government is one thing, fine, but government listening to the advice too is another thing. If government will listen, I will recommend that as a matter of urgency, we should also have our own dam being constructed and completed. Remember, the dam construction has nothing to do with the south side. It's not of our own benefit. We don't use dam. We don't need to have dam before we go into farming agriculture. We have our own rainfall, which is sufficient to all farmers. But in the north, actually, is of dry aspect of the country, which they have to do with dam. And don't forget, we are talking about renewable energy. What stops government from transiting speedily by using this water to generate our electricity? You see, so I would like a situation whereby, while we are talking about post-flood recommendation, the federal government should see it as a matter of urgency to finish our dam that has been abandoned for years at Adamawa State. That is one aspect of it. Then the other angle is this: the government should see it as a matter of necessity to reduce the level of pollution. Me and you knows that the oil and gas is more of activities of South. All the oil companies, they flare gas. And with time with that number, government keep shifting the deadline for gas flaring to stop. Now we are told now is 2050, the Nigerian government will stop flaring gas, or 2060, the Nigerian government will stop flaring gas. How serious are they to stop the activities of gas flaring? Me and you know that it is the level of pollution that have changed the ecosystem, that have also make the climate change so impacted that today, once it's going to rainy season, the Bayelsa man is afraid. You see, so recommendation is all about government, seeing it as a policy document. When you get a recommendation, I'm calling on Bayelsa State government, I'm calling on federal government of Nigeria that should please curb the level of pollution in our environment. The point is this: will they listen? Me and you knows that the PIA currently, the Petroleum Industrial Act, also create a room for continuation of gas flaring. And me and you are talking about climate change. You understand? What makes the federal government to allow the continuation of gas flaring in the PIA, and on account of since the IOCs, the oil companies in this case, that they want to flare gas, they should just be paying the fine and be flaring gas? I think it's inhuman. So I would have loved a situation whereby the 30% allocated to the frontier communities in the PIA should be allocated to investment of hydro energy. Hydro energy needs that 30%, not the frontier community. What justification will you tell the Nigerian government that the frontier community should be allocated 30%? You are talking about climate change, and you are also investing money to go and explore gas again. So for me, it's all about government. Government should be held responsible. Our predicament today, our situation today is caused by Nigerian government, and it's a deliberate act. It is a deliberate act for Nigerian government to allow we, the Nigerians, to suffer this fate, because they had this earlier before now, and they did nothing. Is it bad for them to shut down or declare state of emergency on this floor, like the way they shut down Nigeria during the COVID-19? This is a problem that has to be dealt with holistically. Enough of this politics of a thing. This issue has to do with life and property. Let me shock you. There are people that lost their life during this flood period. You can attest to that. There are also people that their livelihood has been taken away as a result of this flood. And there are also people that their life has been threatened by reptiles and burglaries, because the flood evicted you from your house unexpected, and you decide to move for any possible place for you to lay your head, and your house is not secure. What happened to your house? So it is I call it monster. I call this flood monster. You understand me? So I'm really begging the government not to just allow her citizens. We shouldn't be waiting for AID. Look at where these people are. Look at where people are staying in Osborne. You need to see how the place is. We are talking about staying is one thing. What about feeding? What about fine? There are medication. There are health personnel outside, attending to those sick patients. But how comprehensive are they really dealing with the illnesses? Do they have a laboratory facility here to run a test, or is a normal way of administering drugs from the drug vendors in our community, the one they call chemists, the one they call TBAs? There are women with pregnancy here, very heavy. You understand me? What about the environment? As if we fumigated? You know me and you know malaria. The carrier of malaria is mosquito. And this place doesn't look like a place that mosquito is scared of. So we are actually begging on government. They say the whom is given much is expected. Fine, they have done a little, but we are asking for more. Like Oliver Twist, we are begging government to look at the other aspect of post-flood. Are they going to relocate us just to our home like that? What about those people that are buildings have collapsed? Where will they go and stay in their village? What is the plan for government? Why, as we watch the flood receding, what is the plan B for these flood victims? What will government do for them? Will it just, bundle them inside a truck or a lorry to their communities? Some of them came from Ekeremo local government, as far as Ekeremo local government. Some of them came from Sagama local government. Some of them came from Kolokoma local government. Some of them came from Obeya local government. Some of them dwell in Yanagwa local government. But is sending them back enough? How will they start? Where will they start? So we are asking government to see beyond, the IDP camps. We are asking government to look at, the post-flood era. How, already there is an inflation in Bayelsa State. Before you get to, if you are coming from Tombia to Osbole, the least amount you pay is maybe 350, whereas it's supposed to be 150 in the past. So you see the price of commodity has skyrocketed. So we are also looking at the area of government looking at controlling this. Fine, there are task force. How equipped are they? You understand? So we are begging government to also look at it critically. Where situation that students will also go back to school immediately after the flood receded. So government should also look at the education sector as priority. Those schools that have collapsed, those schools that their infrastructure has been taken away by the flood, government should see it as a matter of urgency start working on it. They always believe in fire brigade approach. But me as an individual, if I want to make some recommendation, you see, government actually is for the people. And what will the people want? Today we have cars that are not using fossil fuel. They are in operation in urban developed societies. What stop government from going into it? There are cars that doesn't use fossil fuel today. So I would have loved a situation whereby government should also start looking at it critically. But let's even leave that aspect. Let's look at the fossil fuel, since it's what is obtainable in Nigeria by Bayelsa government. What stop government from? Bayelsa State government has a oil company. What stop Bayelsa State government from having their own filling stations run it by the state government? What stop government? Today we heard that the Tantita Nigerian Limited Company, intercepted a vessel with crude loaded, and the Nigerian Navy set it ablaze. Is it not the vessel that they would have used to bring in PMS to Bayelsa State? What stopped them from? If Bayelsa State government can fly a helicopter going around the state, look at the impacted area, what stopped them from also looking at that area from? We have waterways. Fine, the flood affected the East West Road. Does it affect our waterways? If you go to LNG there, they are also refining. LNG here, they are also refining. Can we Bayelsa State government partner with them for fear? Today they say the road is closed, that's why the road is closed. But we are told that the NNPC at the toll gate, they are selling at moderate price, and they only sell it at night to black market people, and the black market people will now buy it at that normal price and come and sell it at the very outrageous price to the common Bayelsans. Don't stop Bayelsa State government to dive into it. So if we are looking at recommendations for future occurrence, just like we see it again, this thing happened in 2012, and Bayelsa State government, Nigerian government did nothing. So also I want to believe that this thing will still repeat itself before they will start looking at solution. Me and you know that the canals, it was during this flood they started clearing the canals. Meanwhile, the canals have been abandoned for how many years, and they did not clear it. So we are looking at modalities, the sincere modalities. Bayelsa State government has all the solutions to all these problems. But the most important thing is are they ready to solve these problems? Have you asked yourself, those people that are displayed that could not find their way to the IDPs in Yanagwa, for example, those persons in Obeya Minta that are displayed, where will they come to? They will live inside the floor. Or we'll wait until we start hearing that the reptiles beat any of them and they die before they will not say, oh, or look at the funny scenario that is happening in Azikoro Cemetery, where you will see the dead corpse that has been buried floating. For me, I felt if government wants to be sincere, they should leave politics out of it. If you look at the presence of government in Osbole IDP camp, you'll be asking as if the Bayelsa State governor has an office here. You'll see cars, you'll see commissioners, you'll see appointees. Probably maybe it's because of the presidential aspirant of Labour Party. That was why they are here. But the thing is, it's beyond all this media thing. It's beyond this media thing. So government should do the needful. Not just doing the needful at the right time. They should start planning off. Just like as I mentioned earlier, don't be surprised, government has no plan for post-flood victims. Yes. Don't be surprised, individually we start moving without knowing where they are going to. So it's a matter of honesty that Bayelsa State government. Don't forget, Bayelsa State government is below. Bayelsa State is below the sea level. So whatever the River State is doing, Bayelsa State should do more. Whatever Delta State is doing, Bayelsa State should do more because we are the receiving end. So we are begging the miracle governor, in his own wisdom, to start working on it. Even though it's more of long-term planning, at least there should be a policy document, looking at this issue as a matter of necessity.
Thank you.